I've learned so much from Maria Elena, most of all, how to never give up, to persevere, to stay true to your values, to your passion. And it is as true of her when I met her back in the 80s as it is today.
She's helped to empower people, encouraging people to register to vote, encouraging people to become citizens. And so the long-term impact of that is incalculable. We won't know what that is, but we can start to see a glimmer of it today as Latinos become more and more intertwined in the American fabric. And that is something that will be a legacy for Maria Elena.
Maria Elena's career is unparalleled. I cannot think of a single other journalist in the United States who has accomplished more than has Maria Elena Salinas. In terms of who she has interviewed around the world, how she is respected by journalists regardless of the language and they do their reporting, I think her greatest achievement and her legacy is that she has demonstrated what one can do with poise, with talent, and commitment.
I personally think that she is driven by family. I mean, she absolutely loves her family and is inspired by them. And I think that love and that support that she received, I think she's made it a priority to support, especially kids that are pursuing the career that she's really been so successful in.
I know that for her personally, her greatest achievement is really being a mother and being the mother of two extraordinary young Latinas who she is raised to be bilingual, bicultural, and fiercely proud of who they are and where they come from.
I think that what has driven Maria Elena throughout her career is a commitment to excellence, both for herself and making sure that she represents herself and her community, but also excellence in the sense of getting the story right and telling the story of people who sometimes don't have their stories told.
But I would say that her number one accomplishment is being the longest running female anchor on a network newscast in the history of the United States. And that makes us all so proud.
I think that her legacy is the next generation of journalists, both men and women, in English and in Spanish. I think for the first time, you could see someone that looked like you, and you could look at the future and say, hey, I want to do that too. So I think for sure another generation of journalists. I think that she's also set the bar high for what news is really. Sometimes news in Spanish have not been given the same kind of credit as newsrooms in English, and she by far has really equaled that playing field. And so when you think about an institution of journalism, you really think of Elena Salinas.